Namaste. Okay. Let's start with the art of war. I'm just wondering if I did this or not. Also, okay. Arial doesn't look too good sometimes. Yeah, I want to check what I did last time, because I don't want to be redundant. If I did chapter 3 last time, I don't want to do it again. Let me see what I did. Okay. So it is chapter 3. Here we go. Attack by 3. Attack by stratagem. Sun Tzu said, "In the practical art of war, the best thing of all is to take the enemy's country whole and intact. To shatter and destroy it is not so good. So, too, it is better to capture an army entire than to destroy it, to capture a regiment, a detachment, or a company entire than to destroy them. Hence, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Thus, the highest form of generalship is to balk the enemy's plans. The next best is to prevent the junction of the enemy's forces. The next in order is to attack the enemy's army in the field, and the worst policy of all is to besiege walled cities." I want to see if I could change this text. Sorry, give me 1 second. Ooh. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try this if this is this works then. The next best is to prevent the junction of the enemy's forces. The next in order is to attack the enemy's army in the field, and the worst policy of all is to besiege walled cities. This is really good. Wow, smart people. The rule is not to besiege walled cities if it can possibly be avoided. The preparation of mantlets, movable shelters, and various implements of war will take up 3 whole months. And the piling up of mounds over against the walls will take 3 months more. The general, unable to control his irritation, will launch his men to the assault like swarming ants, with the result that 1/3 of his men are slain, while the town still remains untaken. Such are the disastrous effects of a siege. Therefore, the skillful leader subdues the enemy's troops without any fighting. He captures their cities without laying siege to them. He overthrows their kingdom without lengthy operations in the field. With his forces intact, he will dispute the mastery of the empire, and thus without losing a man, his triumph will be complete. This is the method of attacking by stratagem. It is a rule in war, if our forces are 10 to the enemy's 1, to surround him, if 5 to 1, to attack him, if twice as numerous, to divide our army into 2. If equally matched, we can offer battle. If slightly inferior in numbers, we can avoid the enemy. If quite unequal in every way, we can flee from him. Hence, though an obstinate fight may be made by a small force, in the end it must be captured by the larger force. Now the general is the bulwark of the state. If the bulwark is complete at all points, the state will be strong. If the bulwark is defective, the state will be weak. There are 3 ways in which a ruler can bring misfortune upon his army. By commanding the army to advance or to retreat, being ignorant of the fact that it cannot obey, this is called hobbling the army. By attempting to govern an army in the same way as he administers a kingdom, being ignorant of the conditions which obtain in an army. This causes restlessness in the soldiers' minds. By employing the officers of his army without discrimination, through ignorance of the military principle of adaptation to circumstances. This shakes the confidence of the soldiers. But when the army is restless and distrustful, trouble is sure to come from the other feudal princes. This is simply bringing anarchy into the army and flinging victory away. Thus we may know that there are 5 essentials for victory. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. He will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. Victory lies in the knowledge of these 5 points. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. That was really good. I want to see if I could... That's like kindergarten. Okay, I'll stick with this. Oh, is there anything in between? See, this is like somewhere in between this and that. That's like life, you know. Somewhere in between this and that. Okay, so I'm done. Namaste. Alright, so next. I'm gonna mark it done. That's what I'll do for now. Done. No, I am not done. I have to read the Korean version. Sorry. Alright, so, Korean. Okay, here we go. 모공 대체로 용병의 원칙에는 적의 국가를 온전히 하는 것을 상책으로 삼으며 적국을 처부수는 것을 차선책으로 삼는다. 적국의 군을 온전히 한 채 이기는 것이 상책이며 군을 무찌르는 것은 차선책이다. 적의 열을 온전히 한 채 이기는 것이 적의 열을 무찌르는 것은 차선책이다. 적의 조를 온전히 한 채 이기는 것이 상책이며 적의 조를 무찌르는 것은 차선책이다. 적의 오를 온전히 한 채 이기는 것이 상책이며 적의 오를 쳐 부수는 것은 차선책이다. 그러므로 100번 싸워 100번 이기는 것이 잘된 것 중에 잘된 용병이 아니며 싸우지 않고 적을 굴복시키는 용병이 잘된 것 중에 잘된 용병이다. 그러므로 상책의 용병은 적의 모량을 공격하는 것이며 차선책은 외교 관계를 공격하는 것이고 그 다음은 군대를 공격하는 것이며 체화의 방법은 성을 공격하는 것이다. 성을 공격하는 것은 어쩔 수 없는 경우에 사용하는데 노와 분몬을 수리하고 기구를 갖추는 데에만 석 달이 지나서야 완성된다. 성을 공격하기 위한 토산을 쌓는 데에만 또 석 달이 소요된다. 장수가 그의 분함을 이기지 못하고 병사들에게 개미처럼 성벽을 공격하게 하여 병사의 3분의 1이나 죽게 만들고도 성은 함락시키지 못하니 이는 공격하는 것의 재앙이다. 따라서 용병을 잘하는 자는 적의 군대를 굴복시키지만 전쟁은 하지 않고 적의 성을 함락시키지만 공격은 하지 않으며 적의 나라를 무너뜨리지만 질질 끌지는 않고 반드시 적을 온전하게 하여 전하를 다툼으로 군대는 무뎌지지 않으면서 이익은 정말로 온전해지니 이것이야말로 지모로서 성을 공격하는 방법이다. 그러므로 용병의 원칙은 아군이 10배면 적을 포위하고 5배면 적을 공격하며 2배면 적을 분산시킨다. 대적할 만하면 적을 맞아 싸우고 적보다 병력이 적으면 적으로부터 달아나며 적의 병력과 대적할 만하지 못하면 적을 피해야 한다. 그러므로 작고 약한 군대가 적을 맞아 견고하게 수비한다면 강대한 적의 포로가 된다. 장수한 나라를 보좌하는 자이다. 보좌함에 두루 미치면 나라는 강성해지지만 보좌함에 틈이 벌어지면 나라는 반드시 쇠약해진다. 그러므로 군수가 군대에 해를 끼치는 상황이 3가지 있다. 첫째, 군대가 진격할 수 없는 상황임에도 불구하고 진군하라는 명을 내리거나 군대가 후퇴해서는 안 되는 상황임에도 불구하고 후퇴하라는 명을 내리는 경우로 이를 미군이라고 한다. 둘째, 3군의 사정을 알지 못하면서 3군 군정에 간섭하면 군사들은 미혹된다. 셋째, 3군의 권한을 알지 못하면서 삼군의 직책을 맞추려고 한다면 군사들이 회의를 품게 된다. 삼군이 미혹되기도 삼군이 미혹되기도 하고 의심하기도 하면 제후들이 안을 일으키니 이것을 우리 군대를 어지럽게 하여 적이 승리하게 이끌어 준다고 하는 것이다. Okay, two more sections. 따라서 승리를 미리 아는 데는 5가지가 있다. 첫째, 싸워야 할 때를 아는 것과 싸워서 안 될 때를 아는 자는 승리한다. 둘째, 병력이 많고 적음에 따라 용병법을 아는 자는 승리한다. 셋째, 위와 아래가 한 마름이 되면 승리한다. 넷째, 준비하고 있으면서 준비하지 못한 적을 기다리는 자는 승리한다. 다섯째, 장수가 유능하고 군주가 조종하려고 들지 않으면 승리한다. 그러므로 말한다. 적을 알고 나를 알면 100번 싸워도 위태롭지 않을 것이다. 적을 알지 못하고 나만 알면 한 번은 이기고 한 번은 지게 될 것이며 적을 알지 못하고 나도 알지 못하면 싸울 때마다 반드시 위태롭게 될 것이다. 넘었을 때, okay, it's therapeutic. It becomes like hypnosis when you read something in 2 different languages, read the same thing in 2 different languages, because it's like converging. Alright, take a break. Next up is Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon, I believe, is the best ESL book. I am not kidding, because it was written through faith in America in English. It's the only faith-based book in America. I mean, yeah, there are other faith-based books, but they're not as popular. And let's put it this way. I'm exaggerating. Everybody knows the Book of Mormon. Nobody knows the book you're talking about. I've been advertising it to at least I'll just say some friends of mine. I've been recommending the Book of Mormon to Europeans who can't get rid of their European accent. The Book of Mormon will get rid of your accent, whether you like it or not. You just gotta keep at it, and you have to read it out loud. And you should listen to yourself after reading it. So, the way I used to do it, just read for like 15 minutes, and then listen to yourself. Or if that's too much time, then record yourself for 8 minutes and listen to yourself for 8 minutes. That's 15, 16 minutes a day. Do it for 6 days a week, and do it for 2 weeks and see if there's any improvement. Take my word, especially if you're European and you want to speak English like an American. I highly recommend. My only recommendation, I don't recommend anything, to get rid of an accent. My recommendation is the Book of Mormon in the original text, because they modified it a few times. The one that I'm reading is the original text, and I think I got it from either archive or somewhere else, archive.org or somewhere else. But I could also give you a copy if you email me or text me or whatever. Or if you could find me on X, I could give you a PDF. But yeah, if you are from Europe and you want to get rid of your European accent when speaking English, I highly recommend the original version of the Book of Mormon and read it for several minutes a day, and then listen to yourself. And then once you do that for enough times, then you don't even need to listen to yourself. Your accent will become American, over time. And just try it for 2 weeks. And if there's an improvement, then I told you so. But nobody does what I say anyway. But yeah, I've said what I'm supposed to say, if you will. If anybody asks me, God doesn't like us, he can't fix our accents. They didn't watch my video, as usual. All right. So page 47 looks good. There we go. I think I finished the paragraph, so I'm gonna start from here. Namaste. And it came to pass that the Lord said unto me, Stretch forth thine hand again unto thy brethren, and they shall not wither before thee, but I will shock them, saith the Lord. And this will I do, that they may know that I am the Lord their God. And it came to pass that I stretched forth my hand unto my brethren, and they did not wither before me. But the Lord did shake them, even according to the word which he had spoken. And now they said, We know of a surety that the Lord is with thee, for we know that it is the power of the Lord that hath shaken us. And they fell down before me, and were about to worship me. But I would not suffer them, saying, I am thy brother even thy younger brother. Wherefore, worship the Lord thy God, and honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land which the Lord thy God shall give thee. And it came to pass that they did worship the Lord, and did go forth with me, and would it work timbers of curious workmanship. And the Lord did shew me from time to time, after what manner I should work the timbers of the ship. Now I, Naphi, did not work the timbers after the manner which was learned by men, neither did I build a ship after the manner of men. But I did build it after the manner which the Lord had shewn unto me, wherefore it was not after the manner of men. And I, Naphi, did go into the mount oft, and I did pray oft unto the Lord. Wherefore the Lord shewed unto me great things. And it came to pass that after I had finished the ship according to the word of the Lord, my brethren beheld that it was good, and that the workmanship thereof was exceeding fine. Wherefore they did humble themselves again before the Lord. And it came to pass that the voice of the Lord came unto my father, that we should arise and go down into the ship. And it came to pass that on the morrow, after that we had prepared all things, much fruits and meat from the wilderness, and honey in abundance, and provisions according to that which the Lord had commanded us, we did go down into the ship with all our loading and our seeds, and whatsoever thing we have brought with us, every one according to his age. Wherefore we did all go down into the ship with our wives and our children. And now my father had begat 2 sons in the wilderness. The eldest was called Jacob, and the younger Joseph. And it came to pass that after we had all gone down into the ship, and had taken with us our provisions and things which had been commanded us, we did put forth into the sea, and were driven forth before the wind towards the promised land. And after that we have been driven forth before the wind, for the space of many days. Behold, my brethren, and the sons of Ishmael, and also their wives, began to make themselves merry, insomuch that they began to dance, and to sing, and to speak with much rudeness. Yea, even to that they did forget by what power they had been brought thither. Yea, they were lifted up unto exceeding rudeness. And I, Nephi, began to fear exceedingly, lest the Lord should be angry with us, and smite us, because of our iniquity, that we should be swallowed up in the depths of the sea. Wherefore I, Nephi, began to speak to them with much soberness. But behold, they were angry with me, saying, We will not that our younger brother shall be a ruler over us. And it came to pass that Laman and Lemuel did take me and bind me with cords, and did treat me with much harshness. Nevertheless the Lord did suffer it, that he might shew forth his power, unto the fulfilling of his word which he has spoken concerning the wicked. And it came to pass, that after they had bound me, insomuch that I could not move, the compass which had been prepared of the Lord did cease to work. Wherefore they knew not whither they should steer the ship, insomuch that there arose a great storm, yea, a great and terrible tempest, and we were driven back upon the waters for the space of 3 days. And they began to be frightened exceedingly, lest they should be drowned in the sea. Nevertheless they did loose me not. And on the 4th day, which we had been driven back, the tempest began to be exceeding sore. And it came to pass that we were about to be swallowed up in the depths of the sea. And after that we had been driven back upon the waters for the space of 4 days, my brethren began to see that the judgment of God was upon them, and that they must perish, save that they should repent of their iniquities. Wherefore they came unto me and loosed the bands which was upon my wrists, and behold, they are much swollen exceedingly. And also mine ankles were much swollen, and great was the soreness thereof. Nevertheless I did look unto my God, and I did praise him all the day long, and I did not murmur against the Lord because of mine afflictions. Now my father Lehi had said many things unto them, and also unto the sons of Ishmael. But behold, they did breathe out much threatenings against any one that should speak for me. And my parents being stricken in years, and having suffered much grief because of their children, they were brought down, yea, even upon their sick beds. Because of their grief and much sorrow, and the iniquity of my brethren, they were brought near even to be carried out of this time to meet their God. Yea, their grey hairs were about to be brought down to lie low in the dust, yea, even they were near to be cast into a watery grave. And Jacob and Joseph also, being young, having need of much nourishment, were grieved because of the afflictions of their mother. And also my wife with her tears and prayers, and also my children, did not soften the hearts of my brethren, that they would lose me. And there was nothing, save it were the power of God, which threatened them with destruction, could soften their hearts. Wherefore, when they saw that they were about to be swallowed up in the depths of the sea, they repented of the thing which they had done, insomuch that they loosed me. And it came to pass that after they had loosed me, behold, I took the compass, and it did work whither I desired it. And it came to pass that I prayed unto the Lord. And after that I had prayed, the winds did cease, and the storm did cease, and there was a great calm. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did guide the ship, that we sailed again towards the promised land. And it came to pass that after we had sailed for the space of many days, we did arrive to the promised land. And we went forth upon the land, and did pitch our tents, and we did call it the promised land. And it came to pass that we did begin to till the earth, and we began to plant seeds. Yea, we did put all our seeds into the earth, which we had brought from the land of Jerusalem. And it came to pass that they did grow exceedingly, wherefore we were blessed in abundance. And it came to pass that we did find upon the land of promise, as we journeyed in the wilderness, that they were beasts. There were beasts in the forests of every kind, both the cow and the ox, and the ass, and the horse, and the goat, and the wild goat, and all manner of wild animals, which were for the use of men. And we did find all manner of ore, both of gold, and of silver, and of copper. And it came to pass, that the Lord commanded me, wherefore I did make plates of ore, that I might engraven upon them the record of my people. And upon the plates which I made, I did engraven the record of my father, and also our journeyings in the wilderness, and the prophecies of my father. And also many of mine own prophecies have I engraven upon them. And I knew not at that time, when I made them, that I should be commanded of the Lord to make these plates. Wherefore the record of my father, and the genealogy of his fathers, and the more part of all our proceedings in the wilderness, are engraven upon those plates of which I have spoken. Wherefore the things which transpired before that I made these plates are of a truth more particularly made mention upon the first plates. And after that I have made these plates by way of commandment, I, Nephi, received the commandment that the ministry and the prophecies, the more plain and precious parts of them, should be written upon these plates, and that the things which were written should be kept for the instruction of my people, which should possess the land, and also for other wise purposes, which purposes are known unto the Lord. Wherefore I, Nephi, did make a record upon the other plates, which gives an account, or which gives a greater account, of the wars and contentions and destructions of my people. And this have I done, and commanded my people that they should do, after that I was gone, and that these plates should be handed down from one generation to another, or from one prophet to another, until further commandments of the Lord. And an account of my making these plates shall be given hereafter. And then, behold, I proceed according to that which I have spoken. And this I do, that the more secret things may be kept for the knowledge of my people. Nevertheless, I do not write anything upon plates, save it be that I think it be sacred. And now, if I do err, even did they err of old, not that I would excuse myself because of other men, but because of the weakness which is in me, according to the flesh, I would excuse myself. For the things which some men esteem to be of great worth, both to the body and soul, others set at naught, and trample under their feet. Yea, even the very God of Israel, do men trample under their feet. I say trample under their feet, but I would speak in other words. They do set him at naught, and hearken not to the voice of his counsels. And behold, he cometh according to the words of the angel, in 600 years from the time my father left Jerusalem. And the world, because of their iniquity, shall judge him to be a thing of naught. Wherefore they scourge him, and he suffereth it, and they smite him, and he suffereth it. Yea, they spit upon him, and he suffereth it, because of his loving kindness and his long suffering towards the children of men. And the God of our fathers, which were led out of Egypt, out of bondage, and also were preserved in the wilderness by him, yea, the God of Abraham and of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, yielded himself according to the words of the angel, as a man into the hands of wicked men, to be lifted up according to the words of Zenoch, and to be crucified according to the words of Nahum, and to be buried in a sepulchre according to the words of Zenos, which he spake concerning the 3 days of darkness, which should be a sign given of his death unto them who should inhabit the isles of the sea, more especially given unto them which are of the house of Israel. For thus spake the prophet, the Lord God surely shall visit all the house of Israel at that day, some with his voice because of their righteousness, unto their great joy and salvation, and others with the thunderings and the lightnings of his power, by tempest, by fire, and by smoke and vapor of darkness, and by the opening of the earth, and by mountains which shall be carried up. And all these things must surely come, saith the prophet Zenos. and the rocks of the earth must rend. And because of the groanings of the earth, many of the kings of the isles of the sea shall be wrought upon by the Spirit of God to exclaim, The God of nature suffers. And as for they which are at Jerusalem, saith the prophet, shall be scourged by all people, saith the prophet, because they crucify the God of Israel, and turn their hearts aside, rejecting signs and wonders, and power and glory of the God of Israel. And because they turned their hearts aside, saith the prophet, and have despised the Holy One of Israel, they shall wander in the flesh, and perish, and become a hiss and a byword, and be hated among all nations. Nevertheless, when that day cometh, saith the prophet, that they no more turn aside their hearts against the Holy One of Israel, then will he remember the covenant which he made to their fathers. Then will he remember the isles of the sea. And all the people which are of the house of Israel will I gather in, saith the Lord, according to the words of the prophet Zanos, from the four quarters of the earth. And all the earth shall see the salvation of the Lord, saith the prophet. Every nation, kindred, tongue, and people shall be blessed. And I, Nephi, have written these things unto my people, that perhaps I might persuade them that they would remember the Lord their Redeemer. Wherefore I speak unto all the house of Israel, if it so be that they should obtain these things. For behold, I have workings in the Spirit, which doth weary me, even that all my joints are weak, for they which are at Jerusalem. For had not the Lord been merciful to show unto me concerning them, even as he had prophets of old? For he surely did shew unto the prophets of old all things concerning them, and also he did shew unto many concerning us. Wherefore it must needs be that we know concerning them, for they are written upon the plates of brass. Okay. I want to mark this down. It's 52. I also want to mark this one done. Alright, next up is Caitanya Caritamrita. I'm going to take a little break. Wow. I should recite Sanskrit. It's not an option. I can't skip that. Alright, so what now? Alright, let me take my medicine because I'm slowing down. And yeah, go from there. Yeah. Mic check. Yeah. Okay, so 9138. All right. Yeah. I love Caitanya Caritamrita. Let me fix. Arial just doesn't look good. The font. Times New Roman. The default font for everything. Go to, Okay, so now I need to change my window. Here we go. No, not that one. This one. Alright, yes. Okay, so it says verse 118. 118, where is it? Oh, I see it. Okay, here you go. Yay! I help my past self help me by telling me what verse I am on. Thank you, self. You're welcome. Yay! Okay, here we go. Namaste. Thinking thus, Guru Shunu remained full of eager desire. The desire for the taste of Brahma spread blazing in his heart. This then is the first. Here now the nature of another desire. Seeing his own sweetness, Guru Shunu pondered in this way. My sweetness is most full, most wonderful and infinite. In the three worlds no one can reach its limit. Only Radha, by her Brahma, eternally tastes this nectar of my sweetness. The purity of the true Brahma of Radha is like a mirror. Its brilliance and clarity grow greater moment by moment. Though there is no room in which my sweetness can grow, still it appears in ever new forms before that mirror. My sweetness and the Brahma of Radha vie with one another. Both increase with every moment, and neither overcomes the other. My sweetness is eternally renewed, and each Bhagata tastes it according to his own Brahma. When I see my sweetness reflected in the mirror, I have a desire to taste it, but I cannot taste it. And when I muse on a possible means of tasting it, my mind runs to it, of identity with Radha. Shloka 20, Rupa Goswami's Lalita Madhava 834. What is this unprecedented, astonishing, ultimate sweetness of mine which throbs so profoundly? When I see this, I am attracted, and with greedy mind seek to enjoy it impetuously, like Radhika. There is one natural power in the sweetness of Guru Shunu, emanating from Guru Shunu. It makes men and women restless and uneasy. Seeing him, hearing him, all hearts are drawn to him, and Guru Shunu longs to taste himself. But the thirst of him who drinks of this nectar of sweetness is not eased. Rather, it increases eternally. And then, being unsatisfied, one blames the Creator. The Creator is unskilled. He does not know well the art of creation. He has given only two, and not a crore of eyes to each man. And through the blinking of these eyes, what chance have I to see my Guru Shuna? Shloka 21, Bhagavata Purana 10:31-15. I'm gonna read that in Sanskrit. If I could find it. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Right. Alright, got it. Okay, so chapter 10, 30, book 10, chapter 31 should be this one. And no, book 10 is the longest. 31, got it. Verse 15. Okay, here we go. Whoa. I'll just do this. Yeah, I'm gonna make it easy for me. And then... sorry, 1 second. There you go. Here we go. Namaste. Atati yad pavanahuni kananam turutuiri yugayate devamapashyatam kutuila kunundalam shri mukham chante jada udi kushatam pakushamakurudurusham. Pakushamakurudurusham. Namaste. Okay. Interesting. When you wander in the forest in the daytime, to those who gain no sight of you, a half a moment is an age, and those who do see, with faces turned upward, your charming curly locks of hair. He who has made lashes upon our eyes is surely most unskilled. Okay, now Shloka 22, Bhagavata Purana 10:28-39. Mm-hmm. 10, 28, 39. There's no 39, 28. 28. No 39. That's a problem. Alright, I gotta figure this out. 28. Yes. And it doesn't have 39. In that case, you know what? I think let me see what's going on here. So they must have messed up the book number. I mean, not chapter number. If that's the case, then I read the wrong one for this. I have to read 31 again. So I think 31 is 32. Ay. 15. Let me check here. Yeah, I think so. Let me get my other copy. I'll make sure this is, I'm reading the right version. Give me 1 second. I'm really lucky I have the physical copy of the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavata Purana, same thing. Book 10. Someone's wrong here. Either this text or the Sanskrit version. I dare say the English version is wrong. We'll find out. So maybe I'm gonna rely on this book from now on when it comes to referencing the Sanskrit text. See, about Caitanya Caritamrita is that you get the maximum benefit from the book if you know the Sanskrit verses when they're referring to, either Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam or other books. So I'm gonna check the first one again. 15. The translation says. Yep. So that's wrong. That's this. God, this is wrong. Okay. So which one is right? Alright, that's not. So maybe it's one chapter earlier? So if it's at 31, I'm gonna look at 30. Infuriating, I'm sorry. I curse and I lash out. Because this stuff is intellectual stuff is really, really delicate matter. You humans will not understand. 95% of you or something like that. I heard. This is not that. I didn't make that number up. When I heard it, I was like, oh, oh, this is no good, man. Why make stuff or why not? So what should I do? Oh, okay, I got it. So it's one chapter over. So it says, you see here, Bhagavata Purana, then 1031, 32. 32. Now I got it. So I'll read that again. I don't have to read the English version. I've already read it. I'm gonna read the correct Sanskrit reference. Here you go. 15. Namaste. Sapajayitvan Damanangadi Panam Sahalali Lakushana Biparamat Puruvan Sahasali Lakushana Biparamat Puruvan Prama Puruvan Viprama Puruvan. I want to say it again. Sahasali Lakushana Viprama Puruvan Samsupashanenang Kakuratang Kuri Hasatayoha Samsuturutiang, Samsututiang, Ishatu Supitang, Ishwatu Kupitang, Mapa Shuire. I want to say the whole thing once more. Sapa Jayitava, Damanangadi Panam, Sahalali Kolekushana, Sahasali Lekushana Biprama Puruvan, Samsupashanenang 삼십팔샤네낭은 까끄러땅은 크리하스타요흐 삼십도띠양 이셔트고비땅 마파슈이레. Better. Okay. Once again, that's a translation. I'll read it again. When you wander in the forest in the daytime, to those who gain no sight of you, half a moment is an age. A half a moment is an age. And those who do see, with faces turned upward, your charming curly locks of hair. He who has made lashes upon our eyes is surely most unskilled. Shloka 22, Bhagavata Purana 10:28-39. Double check this with my... So the English translation, they messed up. So it's definitely not 28. So is it chapter 29, 39? It looks like it. Yep, that's it. So this is not 1028 in the actual Sanskrit. They messed up 29. So if anybody wants to correct that and make another edition out of it, you're welcome. 10%, and there are other mistakes for, sorry. It's frustrating. Okay, so now I need to go find 29. 29. And which verse was that? 39. Okay, this is 29. Okay. 39. Got it. Namaste. Vikushuyo lakang aburatamukam tava kunundola shiriganan dosatala tarasutam kunundola shiriganan dosatala tarasutam. Wow, man. Yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam is the hottest Sanskrit literature, Sanskrit book, period. The only exception is Buddha-Charitam. So it came out like most recently, and then the Sanskrit disappeared. Kunundala Shri Ganandasatala Tarasutam Hasita Balokam Tadatan Payam Chan Pujadananda Yugam Bilokia Bakushaha Shri Aikaramanam Bakushaha Shri Aikaramanam Chan Pavama Dasyah. I want to say it again. Vikushya Lakan Vuratamukam Tava Kunundala Shri Ganandasatala Tarasut Kunundala Shri Ganandasatala Tarasutam Hasita Balokam Tadatan Payam Chan Pujadananda Yugam Bilokia Bakushaha Shri Aika Bakushaha Shri Aikaramanam Chan Pavama Dasyah. Namaste. Alright, back to the text. Okay. When the gopis, on seeing their beloved Guru Shunui, after a while had cursed the creator of the lashes on their eyes that interfered with their looking, they took him to their hearts via their eyes, embraced him at length, and they all attained to a love for him, such as is hard to obtain by those who are eternally united. The eyes bear no other fruit than that of looking at Guru Shunui. He who gazes upon Guru Shunui is indeed blessed. Shloka 23, Bhagavata Purana 10:21-7. Okay, I need to check if let me check it from here first, because if they still messed up with their chapter, then I'm not following their chapter number 7. Yeah, that's not it. So 21 must be 22. Man, humans. It's not even 22. Oh, it's really, really bad. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I'm doomed. I can't find it then. Oh, I got it. Okay, so 21 is 21. Alright, so I don't know what must be after this one. There's one chapter that's really short in between 21 and 27 or something. Maybe they combined it into one. Okay, so I found it. So now I'm gonna read the Sanskrit translation. 21. Seven. Make sure they match up. Yep. The Sanskrit, different versions of match up. Only this translation is doing something else. Shame. Okay, 7. Namaste. Gopiyan uchuha agashanam batam palamidam na param vidamaha sakyaha pashunanu vishashayatolbayasiyaiha Bhakataram Purajashan Sutayoran Nubenu Jushitam Purajasha Sutayora Nubenu Jushitam Purajasham Bhakataram Purajasha Sutayora Nubenu Jushitam. Wow, man. Parajasha Sutta Yora Nubenu Jushirtam Yailvang Nipita Manura Kutakato Kushamo Kushama. I want to say it again. Gopiyan Uchuha Akashanam Batam Palamidam Na Param Bidamaha Sakyaha Pashu Nanu Visheshayatol Vayasiyaiha Vakataram Parajashasutam Parajashasuta Yora Nubenu Jushirtam Yailvang Nipita Manura Kutakato Kushamo Kushama. Namaste. Okay. That's fun. Therapeutic. Oh, my Sakhis, when the two sons of Rajanandra return home with their boy companions, driving their cattle before them, ceaselessly playing their flutes, these beloved drink their faces, casting side glances. This is the fruit of those who have eyes, and we know no greater fruit. Shloka 24, Bhagavata Purana 10:44-14. I have a feeling that this is gonna be 45:14. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna even go to 14. I'm gonna go to 45 in the two Sanskrit versions I have, and there are two different versions, but they agree with each other once again. So let me find it. 45. Yeah, forget what it says. Become ungovernable. Yeah, I'm not even. The author messed up actually, so it's not even. I'm not even being rebellious. 45:14. Maybe this one is 44 indeed. Let me see. I checked 45. That's not right. So maybe it is 44. Maybe they did it right. I don't know. I'm checking it. That's all I could do. Yep. Yeah, it's they did it right. It's not 45. I was wrong. Sorry. So it is 44 and it is 14. Here we go. Namaste. Kopyasatapaha kimacharana yadamushoya rupam Lavanuya saramasa mananiya siddhama Lavanuya sarasama Lavanuya saramasa samoltva Lavanuya saramasa masam mananiya siddhama Lavanuya saramasa Lavanuya saramasa Lavanuya saramasa mananiya siddhama. Wow. Lavanuya saramasa mananiya Lavanuya saramasa mananiya siddhama. Durga piha bibanantiyanusava pinabam Durapame tatama yashasah shriya aishvarasyam. I want to say it again. Kopyasatapaha kimacharanan yadamushoya rupam Lavanuya saramasa mananiya siddhama. Durga piha bibanantiyanusava pimanam Durapame tatama yashasah shriya aishvarasyam. Alright, that's enough. I'm not here to recite Sanskrit. It's not my primary. What great austerities have the gopis performed that they ceaselessly drink the full form of the beauty of Guru Shunu with their eyes. There is no beauty greater than his. It is complete and renews itself at every moment. It is the only refuge of majesty, of beauty, of fame. It is most hard to attain. Therefore, unprecedented is the sweetness of Guru Shunu. Unprecedented is his power. At the very hearing of it, the heart becomes disturbed. The sweetness of Guru Shunu generates desire in Guru Shunu. He is not able to taste thoroughly, and so his mind remains anxious. This then is the description of the second cause. Here are now the signs of the third. The perfection of this rasa is most profound. Only Suvaru Bhagavasvami knows it completely. And if anyone else knows of it, they know of it from him. In it is the most secret meaning of Caitanya Gosvami. The name of the Brahma of the gopis is Atirutu Bhava. It is pure and stainless Brahma, and there's no kama in it. Shloka 25. Rupa Gosvami means Bhakatira Samaratasena 2. 1, 2, 25, 86. It has been customary to call the erotic love of the gopis pure Brahma. Uddhava and the rest of the Bhagatas long for this Brahma. I want to see how long. Okay, not too long. The signs of Kama and Brahma are different as iron and gold are different in their true natures. Desire, love for the satisfaction of one's own senses. This is called Kama, but the desire for the satisfaction of the senses of Guru Shunu. This has the name Brahma. The object of Kama is solely self-enjoyment, but having as its object the happiness of Guru Shunu, the Brahma is most powerful. Loka Taima, Vedic Taima, the Taima of the body, the path of Kaima, modesty, composure, bodily comfort, the inner peace of soul, the path of propriety, not abandoned easily, their own families, abandoning all these and taking to themselves much punishment and rebuke, worshipped Guru Shunu. They worshipped Guru Shunu, They served him in Brahma for the sake of his happiness. This is profound anuraga toward Guru Shunu. It is as a sparkling, clean white cloth on which there is no stain. Thus Kama and Brahma are most distinct. Kama is as profound darkness. Brahma is stainless, brilliant like the sun, and there is no hint of Kama among the gopis. Their connection with Guru Shunu was only for the sake of giving him pleasure. Shloka 26. Bhagavata Purana 10:31-19. I'll check with this first before even looking it up. Okay, so it is 31. The last verse. All right. Sorry. Namaste. Yatete sujantang charana charanam boruham sataneshu pītāṅ shanaiḥ puriyāṅ tathīmahi kalkasheshu tena tavīmatasi tadavyattate na kimsavit golpadi pilpramati tilpavadāyuśvam nah. Namaste. In fear that your most delicate lotus feet be injured by our hard breasts, we place them gently down. With those lotus feet you wander about the forest. Are they not hurt by those sharp-pointed stones? You are our very life, and therefore our minds are rended. The gopis did not consider their own pleasure or pain. The sole preoccupation of their minds was to make Guru Shunu happy. Shloka 27, Bhagavata Purana 10:32-21. Okay. This is 32, 22, I believe, 21. Namaste. Evam Madal Toju Jua Druidang Druidang Madal Toju Druidang Lokat Vedang Savanam Madal Toju Druidang Loka Veda Savanam Madal Toju Chitang Madal Druidang, I think it's Drui. Evam Madal Toju Druidang Loka Veda Savanam Hi Bo Mayang Mayanu Burata Tayobala Mayanu Burata Tayabala Mayang Parokosham Pajatang Tirohitam Masuyitum Mahata Tatapuriyam I wanna read it again. Evam Madal Toju Druita Loka Vedant Evam Madal Toju Druita Loka Veda Savanam Hi Bo Mayanu Burata Tayabala Mayang Parokosham Pajatang Tirohitam Masuyitum Mahalta Tatapuriyam Puriyah. All right. O women, thus you have abandoned for my sake the world and the Vedas and family. I disappeared in order for you to follow me, for I love mystery. Therefore, loved ones, do not blame my kindness. They abandoned all for the sake of Guru Shunu, because its cause was the happiness of Guru Shunu. Theirs was pure anuraga. In former times, Guru Shunu promised that as one worshipped him, in that same way would Guru Shunu worship. Shloka 28, Bhagavad Gita 4:11. All right. Namaste. Ye yatang prapadyanante tamsa dataivan pajamyahama mama baltamano baltanante manushuyo balta salvashaha. In whatever way one worships me, I honor him in that same way, for in all their various ways, men do follow my path, O Bharata. That promise was broken in regard to the worship of the gopis. There is witness to that in words from the holy mouth of Guru Shunu. Alright, let me double check that first. 22. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. So they must have screwed up twice, and that's it. 32. 32:22. Here you go. Almost the na parayaham nirabadya samyujam subasa tukaratyam vibhuta yusho pibah yang ma bhajana duljara geha sharangan kalah duljara geha sharangan kalah samburoshetiyang tadubah pratiyang tu satunam. Namaste. Your union with me is stainless, and I, by my own deeds, will not be able to repay you even in the lifetime of a god. You have loved me properly, and have cut fully the unaging fetters of world and family. Let your holy deeds be rewarded by their own holiness. Thus it is that the gopis were devoted to their own bodies, but it was for the sake of Guru Shunu. Know that for certain. I have dedicated this body to Guru Shunu. It is his possession. It is the instrument of his enjoyment. The touch and the sight of it is the delight of Guru Shunu. This is the reason that they bathed and decorated their bodies. Shloka 30. Rupa Gosva means Lakupaga Bata Amrita Uditara Kanando. 40. O Arjuna, the gopis take care of their bodies because they are mine, and there are no receptacles of my profound Brahma which are greater. There is yet another wonderful aspect of the gopi bhava, the power of which cannot be perceived with the mind. When the gopis saw Guru Shunu, there was bliss, a crowfold, even though they had no desire for bliss. Whatever joy Guru Shunu felt at the sight of the gopis tasted it a crore of times more. They were not seeking their own happiness, but even so their happiness increased. This is a paradox. But there is a solution to this paradox in that the happiness of the gopis lay in the completion of the happiness of Guru Shunu. The gladness of Guru Shunu grows at the sight of the gopis, so his sweetness grows, and of it there is no limit. At the sight of me, Guru Shunu gained so much pleasure, and in his pleasure the faces and bodies of the gopis bloomed. And again, as the charm and beauty of Guru Shunu increase when he sees the charm and beauty of the gopis, so the charm and beauty of the gopis increase when they see the charm and beauty of Guru Shunu. In this way they vie with one another and mutually augment one another, and neither becomes greater than the other. So Guru Shanu's pleasure is in the quality and beauty of the gopis, and at his pleasure the pleasure of the gopis also grows. Thus their pleasure nourishes the pleasure of Guru Shanu. It is for this reason that there is no sin of kama in the Brahma of the gopis. Shloka 31. Rupa Kosava means Stava Mala, Keshava Sutaka. 8. He is worshipped as he comes down the road by crowds of beautiful young women with hundreds of dancing glances mixed with sprout-like smiles. His eyes move quickly to their breasts like black bees to kusuma flowers. I worship victorious Keshava when he comes thus into Vraja from the forest. This is then another natural sign of the Brahma of the Gopis, that in that there is no suspicion of Kama. The Brahma of the Gopis is the nourishment of the sweetness of Krishna. The sweetness grows and Brahma is fully satisfied. In the bliss of the object of love is the bliss of the container of love. Bliss is not because of the wish for one's own happiness. This is the way of pure Brahma, that in the happiness of the object of love is the happiness of the container of love. The bliss of selfish love obstructs the bliss of the service of Krishna, and toward that bliss there is great anger in the devotee. Sloka 32. Rupa Goswami means Pakatira Samrita Sintu. Pakatira Samrita Sintu. 3262. Daruka does not welcome that bliss of love which heightens the transport of bliss through his body, for his own eye put an obstacle in his spanning of Krishna. Shloka 33. Rupa Goswami means Pakatira Samrita Sintu. 2354. The lotus-eyed one condemned loudly the joy which showered tears from her eyes that were watching Krishna. And the pure Bhakta does not cling to Salokya and the rest, forsaking the service of the Brahma of Krishna, with his own pleasure as his end. Shlokas 34-36, Bhagavata Purana 3:29, 11-13. Okay. Why is it 35, 30, 34, 35, and 36? They translated it wrong. I don't know what they did, but neither are the verses found here, whatever they mentioned. Interesting. Let me see if it's one chapter over. Nope, that's not it. Maybe it's one chapter before. Nope. Alright, so I'm just gonna read it. Just as the water of the Ganga runs into the sea, the minds, when they merely hear of the qualities of me, Purushottama, contained within the hearts of all, turn toward me without interruption. The mark of Nirguna Bhakti Yoga is cited as Bhakti, not separate from me and spontaneous. It is not the fruit of examination, nor of knowledge of works. Even if I myself am prepared to give it, my people do not take to Salokya, Sashirtui, Sarupya, Samipya, or Ekateva without serving me. Alright, let me just see. Sorry, this human mistakes make me not happy. 67. Alright, so this one looks to be correct. 67. Matusavaya prati tamcha salokya dicha tushitayama salokya dicha tushitayama Nachachananti savaya purnwaha kutonyataka labida durutama kutonyataka labidurutama. Namaste. My people, full of service, do not hold to Salokya, Sashitui, Sarupya, Samipya, and Ekatava, which they earn by serving me, let alone anything ravished by time. The prema of the gopis is natural and without a hint of kama. It is stainless, glittering, pure as molten gold. There are helpers, gurus, friends, and lovers of Guru Shanu. The gopis are beloved pupils, female companions, and servants. Shloka 38, Gopi Prema Amrita. O Arjuna, I have spoken the truth to you when I said that the gopis are my companions, gurus, pupils, objects of my enjoyment, friends, and wives. What is it that they are not to me? The gopis know the desires of the heart of Guru Shanu, the means of serving him in prema, and the satisfaction of his longings. Shloka 39. Rupa Gosvami means Lakupagavata Murata Uttara Kanandua. 39. O Arjuna, the gopis know my greatness, my worship, my condition, and course of my mind. Others than they do not know these things truly. And the greatest among the gopis is Radha. In beauty, in qualities, in good fortune, in prema, she is the greatest of them all. Shloka 40-41. Rupa Gosvami means Rakupagavata Murta Uttara Kanandua. 45-46. Just as Radha is the beloved of Guru Shanu, so is she a reservoir of love for him. Among all the gopis, she alone is perfectly loved by him. O Arjuna, among the three worlds, this earth is indeed blessed. For on this earth is the town called Vrinandavana, and the gopis of that place are blessed, for Radha is among them. The cause of the increase of rasa in the love play is the company of Radha, and all the gopis are secondary causes of this rasa. Radha is the consort of Guru Shanu, the storehouse of the heart of Guru Shanu. Without her, even the gopis cannot be the source of his happiness. Shloka 42. Jayadevas Gita Govinanda 3.1. Guru Shanu, full of the demon Kamansa, abandoned all the beautiful women of Raja and held Radha in his heart, her by whom the fetter was tied by the vasanas of worldly existence. Taking the pava of the Radha, Caitanya descended and preached Nama and Brahma, the Dharma of the age. In that pava, he fulfilled his own desires, which is the root cause of his avatara. Shri Guru Shanu Caitanya is Vrajanandara Kumara. The murti of Guru Shanu is full of rasa, his Sharangagara incarnate. To taste that rasa, he descended, and as an accompanying cause, he propagated all the rasas. Shloka 43. Jayadevas Gita Govinanda 146. O friend, engendering bliss in the whole world by the beauty of his limbs, black and soft, like a string of blue lotuses, he aroused the celebration of Ganadalpa in the hearts of the women of Braja. The sweet Hari plays in spring like love incarnate, freely embracing the beautiful women of Braja according to his own desire. Shri Guru Shanu Caitanya is the abode of rasa, and he tasted rasa infinitely and minutely, and by that he initiated the Dharma of the Kali age. The servants of Caitanya know all these hidden meanings. Advaita Acharya Nityananda Srinivasa Gadadhara Damodara Murari Haridasa, and how many other Bhagavatas of Guru Srino Chaitanya. I put my head to the feet of them all in devotion. This is a synopsis of the meaning of the sixth shloka. Now here expounded the meaning of the basic original shloka. Shloka 44. Svarupadamodara Garuchang. How great is the greatness of the love of Shri Radha, which can be savored only by herself. How great the marvelous sweetness of mine in consequence. And how great is this happiness of hers, which results from experiencing me. Out of desire to discover this, Hari, the moon, rich in Pava for her, was born in the river of the womb of Shachi. All these things are very profound and should not be spoken. But if I do not speak of them, no one will understand them at all. Thus I speak in somewhat oblique fashion. The Rasika Bhagata will understand my words, but the fool will not. He who holds Caitanya and Nityananda in his heart will find great joy in all these revelations. The rasa of these revelations is like a young mango shoot. It is always deeply loved by true Bhagavatas, as the nightingale loves the mango shoot. But the camels, non-Bhagavatas, do not enter here. And because of this, there is a special gladness in my mind. What happiness in the three worlds can this book provide if people do not understand these things, which I am so concerned to convey? Thus to all Bhagavatas I make obeisance. I speak fearlessly. Let them be astonished. Once, Guru Srino meditated in this way within himself. They call me full of bliss, full of rasa. Because of me, the three worlds are joyful. But who is there to give joy to me? Only one who has greater qualities than mine is able to gladden my heart. But a greater possessor of qualities than I there cannot be in the world. By Radha alone can I have such experience. Though my beauty is greater than that of a crore of gamas, though there is no sweetness equal to or greater than my own, though in my beauty the three worlds are gladdened, at the sight of Radha my eyes are refreshed. The song of my flute attracts the three worlds. The voice of Radha steals my ear. Even though the world is redolent with my sweet fragrance, my heart and mind are stolen by the fragrance of the body of Radha. Though the world is flavored with my rasa, the nectar of the lips of Radha conquers me. Though my touch is cooler than a core of moons, I am cooled by the touch of Radha. In this way, though I am the source of pleasure in the world, the beauties and qualities of Radha are the life-giving element in my life. In this way is my experience understood, but when I examine it, all is reversed. At the sight of Radha, my eyes are refreshed, and at the sight of me, Radha becomes unconscious in ecstasy. At the sound of my flute, she loses consciousness. She embraces the tamala tree, mistaking it for me. I have embraced the Guru Srino. My birth has been fruitful. And she remains sunk in that ecstasy with the tree in her arms. Again, when she smells my fragrance on the favorable wind, she tries to rise up into it blinded by her Brahma. Or when she tastes the beetle which I chew, she sinks into a sea of bliss and recognizes nothing at all. And the bliss which she has in union with me, if I had 100 mouths, I could not describe its limits. When I see the sweetness in her body in bliss at the end of Leela, I forget myself in bliss. That both taste equal rasa, this Parata Muni acknowledges. But he does not know my Braja rasa. As much pleasure as I derive from union with others, Radha's pleasure is 100 times greater. Shloka 45. Rupa Gosvami means Lalita Madhava. 9.9. O fair one, your bimba-like lower lip surpasses the sweet fragrance of nectar. Your face is sweet-smelling like a lotus. Your words break the boast of the cuckoo's song. Your limbs are cool as sandal. Thus your body partakes of all the wealth of beauty. Orata, tasting you, all my senses are again and again delighted. Shloka 46, a shloka of Rupa Goswami. Her eyes greedy for the beauty of Kamansahara, her skin tingling for his touch, her ears listening anxiously for his voice, her nostrils delighting in his scent, her tongue in passionate longing to drink the nectar of his lip, her lotus face downcast, her great patience caused by deception, agitated by emotions that also appear on the outside. Because of this, I know that there's a certain rasa in me, and Rata, who charms me, controls that rasa. I always long to taste that kind of pleasure which Rata gains from me. I made many attempts, but I could not taste it. And at a hint of the sweetness of that joy, the desire in my heart grows. So I have descended to taste that rasa, and I have tasted that Brahma rasa in many ways. I have taught by the actions of my Lila, the Bhakti, which is practiced by the Bhagata in the Raga Marga. The three thirsts were not satisfied, for it could be tasted in no other way. And without taking on the Bhava of Radha and her beauty, the three pleasures could not be fulfilled at all. So I have taken the body and the Bhava of Radha and hold their color. I shall descend to taste the three pleasures. In this way, Guru Shunu made his decision in all these bhavas, and at that time he came as the Yuga Avatara. For at about that time Advaita was worshipping, and his cries attracted Guru Shunu. His father and mother and Guru were incarnated first, and then taking the color and bhava of Radha, Guru Shunu, the full moon appeared in Navadvipam, in the womb of Shachi, in the ocean of pure milk. So I have explained the sixth shloka, meditating on the lotus feet of Svarupa Goswami. I have given the meaning of the two shlokas, and this shloka of Shri Rupa Goswami is the proof. Shloka 47. Rupa Goswami's Stavamala Caitanya Shirtoka 2-3. May God in the form of Caitanya lavish his mercy on us, he who, curious to enjoy a certain shoreless sweetness of some group of loving men, after having praised the rasa, concealed his own luster while manifesting the other's splendor. Shloka 48. Thus, this Mangala Charanu, defining the true nature of Guru Shunu Caitanya, and the reasons for this avatara, has been described in six shlokas. Guru Shunu Dasa, whose hope and faith lie at the feet of Rupa and Raghunatha, tells of the nectar of the acts of Caitanya, the Caitanya Caritamrita. Push. Okay, thank you very much. Next is chapter 5. Next time. I'm gonna mark this done right now. I'm gonna do 1 hour of Sanskrit studies. I have to read Sanskrit every day, 6 days a week, or else I'm gonna die. Give me coffee now, or I'm gonna die. You got a quarter. You don't have a quarter. I'm gonna die. Alright, thank you very much. Namaste. Have a good day. Yeah, Sanskrit recitations and pretty fast because I gotta do things, but I don't know. I just don't want to be cold. When it's dark out, it's cold. I don't like. I'd rather sweat, to death than to freeze to death. Yay. Satan, living up to his satanic nature. I'd rather, Alright, that's it. Thank you. Namaste. Have a good day. Oh, tired.